Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam, ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I welcome you all to the class of Hidayatun Nahw. And alhamdulillah, we are today in 23rd lesson, almost half, exactly half. We have 56 lessons. And we've done till now what is Nahw. Then he started the topic about declinable nouns, right? And this was the major group, the Mu'arab nouns, which change accordingly. And then he talked about which are partially declinable. Mamnu غير منصرف. Mamnu من الصرف. Then in Mu'arabat, he started about marfu'at, mansubat, and then majrurat. Nominative, accusative, and genitive nouns. And then there are copycats, which we were talking about the four types of the badal and these things from 19 to 22nd. Today we are talking about indeclinable nouns, and we'll have 6 lessons in this. And then we have remaining rules for nouns, and another 7 lessons for like miscellaneous rules for nouns. And then we'll start with verbs, then particles, and then one topic of tanween, 1 lesson for tanween, and 1 lesson for noon of emphasis. With this, he'll cover the next 23 lessons or 24. Let's begin the al-bab thani, the big bab, the big main heading, which is mabniyat. So now everything is fixed. So remember, mu'arabs are unlimited. There are like so many. Mabniyats are fixed. So if you just learn mabniyat, the remaining everything will be mu'arab. Everything will be mu'arab. So let's talk about fil ismil mabni. Fil ismil mabni, in the mabni noun. This should not have a hamza, but anyways. الاسم المبني ما لا يختلف آخره باختلاف العوامل. اسم المبني is what? What does not change. What does not change is آخره. Its ending does not change or differ باختلاف العوامل, with the difference of agents. They translate it a government, but agents. Amil is something which influences others, like a fee, a preposition, for example. حروف الجر. في البيت, because of the amil في, it becomes في البيت. We have a book also, no? It's called مئة عامل, 100 amils, 100 governing agents. ويكون ذلك في الموارد التالية. موارد in the following situations or following things. First one, ما وقع غير مركب مع غيره, which occurs which is not compounded. So there's something called murakkab, which is compounded, like 2 words coming together. This thing is not غير murakkab. It's not compounded. It's not mixed with something else. مثل alif ba ta tha. I mean, obviously, letters are also mabni. So starting from the basics, I'm saying the letters, or alif remains alif. Ba remains ba anyways. ومثل أحد اثنان ثلاثة, and the numbers also. أحد 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 1 اثنان واحد, that means واحد اثنان ثلاثة. These numbers. ومثل love. So أحد, you might say, well, it takes tanween and it changes, no? Yes. What he means is when it's not in a sentence. So mu'arab rules are applied only when it's in a sentence, like Zaid, for example. Right? Zaid, he gives an example, مثل لفظ زيد. Zaid. قبل التركيب. You're not making any sentence. You're just saying Zaid. فإنه مبني. It is مبني بالفعل على السكون ومعرب بالقوة. So it is mabni on sukun. Zaid is just Zaid. Sometimes when we learn, just for easy, we say Zaidun when you're not making a sentence. But grammatically speaking, it is Zaid with a sukun. Mabniun ala sukun. Correct? It is fixed on sukun. So we just say Zaid. Anyways, that's just, it doesn't matter. Because many times we are learning, we say Zaidun. But it's mabni, it's fixed, Zaid. And it says mu'rabun bil quwwa. It has strength of becoming mu'rab. Like when you use a sentence, it has potential of becoming mu'rab. While inherently declinable. Mu'rab. Declinable means it can change. So the words could be divided. Mu'rab, which changes. Mabni, which does not change. We are talking about mabni. We talked everything about mu'rab. Most of the things. Second, ma ashab. The first is which is not murakkab. This is the one. Second one, ma shabaha mabni al asli. There are some words which are copying the mabniul asl, which are originally mabni. They like to copy. So that is why they are also mabni. بأن يكون في الدلالة على معناه محتاجا إلى قرينة. That means it needs a context to understand. You cannot understand without any context. So, masha, why is something mabni? For example, in English, um, most of the words are fixed. I mean, there's no endings concept in English, right? Because concept or the word a tree, for example, and these are fixed. It needs a context. What do you mean a tree? Um, you need some context, like a tree is outside my house. You need the context. With Arabic, just one word can give you a whole sentence. Like, for example, a verb, ذهب, he went, right? In English, we need two words, he as well as went. In Arabic, we just need ذهب. Correct? That's also mabni. Fail madi is mabni. So, so he says the second reason is what resembles that it needs some context. It needs some context. محتاجا إلى قرينة كأسماء الإشارة like هذا ذلك all these اسماء الإشارة والموصولات الذي التي هؤلاء من is also who these. So it needs a context. Because you just say this, it doesn't tell you anything. Then ما كان على أقل من ثلاثة أحرف. And the third reason for being something is lesser than 3 letters. Because less than 3 letters, generally they don't give tanween and all that. Like damir na, the pronoun na, dhahabna, or fi ji'tana, you came to us, mafulun bihi. The na is also mabni. Fourth, ما تضمن معنى من معاني الحروف. What includes the meaning of, embraces the meaning of حروف, meanings of مثل هذا, like هذا, this. ومن 11 إلى 19 and numbers from 11 to 19. So just trying to give you why would some words be mabni. So he said first one, general words which are not mixed with, you're not making any sentences like letters. Second, what is similar to mabniul asl. Mabniul asl is the original thing, which are originally mabni. This is similar words which need some context. That's why they are mabni, like haulai and these things. Third, which are less than 3 letters, generally are mabni. Fourth, it includes some meaning of the harf, huruf, because hurufs are mabni, no? The three parts of speech of a language, right? Ism, fi'l, harf. So harf, you need it, they are mabni. Similarly, these numbers also mabni. وحركات الاسم المبني تسمى ضما وفتحا وكسرا. And the harakat of ism al-mabni are called dhamma, fatha, kasra, but without the ta. So you'll say mabniyun ala dhammi. You'll not say ala dhammati. Why is the reason? I don't know. Maybe to differentiate between actual dhamma and this is like temporary dhamma. So this is not dhammati or dhammatin. You say dham, fath, not fatha, kasr. وسكونه وقفا, and sukun is also called waqf. Sukun is called waqf. مبني على الوقف, but we say مبني على السكون. وبناء, it should be كسرة, I think. وبناء على ما ذكرنا, building upon what we have mentioned, ينقسم الاسم المبني إلى أقسام التالية. The noun, mabni noun, divides into the following types. I just give you a list now. Obviously, you won't remember all of these, but these are the list. First is mudmarat. All pronouns are mabni mudmar. Second, asma'ul ishara. Alladhi, alladhani, alladhina. All these are allati, fixed. Asma'ul ishara. Hadha, hadhani, haulai. These are fixed. Mausulat. These are fixed. Alladhi, alladhani, alladhina. Asma'ul af'al. These are also fixed. What are ismul fa'il? A noun which are very rare, by the way. A noun which gives you the meaning of a verb, like amin. Anytime you listen to ismul fa'il, you should remember an example, which is amin. So similarly, asma'ul af'al, amin, sah. Sah means shut up. Silence, sah. with a ha, not with a ha. The Arabs, when they use sah, that means sahih, sah, isn't it? Kind of. Asmaul aswat. Aswat are like caw caw, the crow's sound, those things. He'll explain all of this. And murakkabat, two nouns coming together, it creates a new word, compounds. Al kinayat, kinaya is something which is hidden, some words like that. And ba'du dhuruf, and some adverbs, not all adverbs, some adverbs like haythu, ittaqillaha haythu ma kunt. Haythu is always haythu, wherever. So inshallah, wait, kinayat is metonymy. So we'll explain the 8 of them in the next 6 lessons. Let's talk about mudmarat. You might have already have an idea. مضمرات الضمير هو اسم ما وضع ليدل على متكلم أو مخاطب أو غائب. تقدم ذكره. We have already talked about that. Pronoun is a noun of whatever kind, coined to signify the first person, second person, or غائب, or third person. And we have mentioned تقدم ذكره. Its mention has already preceded, right? أنا, أنت, هو, هما, هم, هي, هما, هن. Those are called damir. Wala. So we give some conditions for damir. ولا بد لضمير الغائب من مرجع يرجع إليه. For the pronoun, there should be some marja, something you should return to. The word, the pronoun should return to something. يرجع إليه, marja, somewhere to. Because if you start a sentence, he is nice, he's a good man, he went, he did this, and so on and so on. You'll be like, who's this he? Whom are you talking about? It should be contextually somebody you should know about. Like Muhammad came and then I can use he. And then there are issues here. وَهُوَ مَذْكُورٌ قَبْلَهُ لَفْظًا. And it should be mentioned before in words. You could see it. لَفْظًا means you should be able to see it. نَحْوُ سَلِيمٌ حَضَرَ أَخُوهُ. Salim, his brother came. Correct? Fine. You might be like, whose brother? Salim's brother. Right? It goes back to Salim. أو معنى, or it could be in meaning also, like you're talking about. Like Allah says, اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. اعدلوا, be just. It is more closer to taqwa. So where's the اعدلوا? It means what? It means adl. It's coming in meaning, no? This is a verb. So it's understood. That means it is being just, being right, being equitable, is closer to piety. أو حكما. Here it is ma'na. I mean, the exact word is not used, the noun. The verb is used, but you can see the ma'na. Or it could be ruling. Like نحو واستوت على الجود. And it's straightened, it fixed upon, istawa, it ala or tafa, or it could mean the translation straightened upon Judy, the Mount Judy. What straightened upon Judy? Well, the context tells us it's a ship of Nuh alayhi salam. And this is called hukman. Like I said, he. You like, who's this he? It's Muhammad. So, through the context, hukman. So there should be some marja. Either you use the same word, loved one, or use some meaning of it, or that is hukman. فالضمير في استوت يعود إلى سفينة نوح المعلومة من السياق. So the pronoun is returning to the fish, not fish, ship of Noah, which is known through the context. Okay, this is fine. So ultimately he's talking about there should be some, this is a common sense, no? There should be something going on. You cannot talk about unknown pronouns. Because I and you don't need any context generally. We need for ghaib. That's why he says for ghaib. See, I is I. I, me. When I say you is you. So you are you. We don't need context for that. But for third person, when I say he, she, they both, you need someone. Who's this he? الضمير على قسمين. The pronoun is of 2 types. We know this obviously. If you've done Madina books, it's fine. متصل, it is attached pronoun. وهو ما لا يستعمل وحده. It is something which is not used alone. وهو ما لا يستعمل وحده. You don't use it alone, you attach it with something. وهو إما مرفوع. It could be مرفوع. That means it's ضمير متصل مرفوع. When is that? When is an attached pronoun مرفوع? In verbs, فاعل verbs. Like ضربت, تاتما, تمتي, تماتنا, the wow, the alif. Those things. ضربت إلى ضربنا. Like he gives example. نحو, for example, ضربت, I hit, to ضربنا, she hit. That means ضربت, ضربتما, ضربتم, ضربتي. All this تاتما, تمتي, تماتنا, تuna, they are called ضمير متصل مرفوع. Actually not مرفوع because they are مبني. We say في محل رفع and so on. أو منصوب. All attached pronoun could be منصوب. When you make it مفعول به, for example, ضربني, the ya here, yeah, it is attached, right? And it is mansub because it's maf'ulun bihi. Ila darabahunna, he hit them. So darabaka, darabakuma, darabakum, all this ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, ya, and na. All these are mansub when attached to a verb. Or majrur, or attached could be majrur when you attach a jar majrur or mudaf nafli. Nahu gulami, my slave, the ya here, wali, harfu jar, pronoun joins a harf. It becomes li. Ila gulamihinna. To ila gulamihinna or lahunna. All those. This is ha huma hum hi, or hu huma hum ha huma hunna ka kuma kum ki kuma kunna ya and na. Okay. So these are called muttasil. Then there's munfasil. وهو ما يستعمل وحده, which is used alone. وهو أيضا إما مرفوع, and it is also either مرفوع like أنا, أنا, أنت, أنتما, أنتم. These are used هو هما هم, all these are مرفوع. They come as مبتدا or khabar or whatever. وإما منصوب, or it can be mansub. The detached pronouns, these are called detached pronouns. Like when only one situation, which is iya. Like iyyaka na'budu. When you use iya, we learn in Medina books, like you want to bring mafulun bihi first. Na'buduka, we worship you. But you want to say iyyaka na'budu. We worship you only. فَذَلِكَ سَبْعُونَ. That is 70 pronouns. How 70 you might say? Well, 12, 12, 12. If you count them, like he removes the repetition and all those. And then say 12, 12 attached, 12, 3, 36, 36 plus, again 12, 60. He gets 10 more from somewhere. Oh, using iya and all those maybe. Anyways, that is 70 pronouns. I mean, if you want to count, you can count. Repeat, eliminating the repeated ones. والضمير المرفوع المتصل يكون مستترا فيما يلي. So he's now talking about a pronoun which is marfu and attached. Attached marfu, that means he's talking about fa'il pronouns. Remember, fa'il pronouns are only marfu muttasil. Attached and marfu. It can be hidden when, well, ذهب and ذهبت. الماضي الغائب والغائبة. In Madi, it will be hidden in غائب and غائبة. نحو علي نصر الإسلام. Ali helped Islam. So Nasara, where is the pronoun here? Which we say damirun mustatirun. It is a hidden pronoun. وَفَاطِمَةُ عَزَّةِ النِّسَاء. The Fatima is, she gave izzah to the women, respect. أي nasara huwa. Huwa is hidden here. And azzat, azza yu'izzu, hiya is hidden because you don't see it. And mudare, it could be hidden in 5 of them, no? Yadhabu, yadhabu, tadhabu, tadhabu, adhabu, nadhabu. Mudare, mutakallim, mislu ansuru, ana is hidden here. Nansuru, nahnu is hidden. And mudare, al-mukhatab, mislu ta'akulu, anta is hidden here. Mudare, al-ghaib, al-ghaiba, yansuru, tansuru, it's hidden here. He helps, she helps. And then ismul fa'il wal maf'ul. It's also hidden in ismul fa'il. Like khaliq. Khaliq, huwa is hidden. Like he is the creator. Huwa khaliq. We can say huwa also. And then maf'ul also, ismul maf'ul also. If you don't know a sifa, this is called sifa, mushtaqat. Um, we can use daribun abuka, ja'a daribun abuka. A hitter came, the one who hit. Not daribun, daribun akhaka maybe. Uh, your brother's hitter came. That means daribun akhaka. So akhaka is maf'ulun bihi of daribun. Um, yeah, like that. So ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul also have a pronoun hidden in them. That will help you to find the file of the ismul file and the maf'ul of the ismul file. If you don't understand this, well, it's a little tricky. It's not that common anyways. But remember, ismul file and ismul maf'ul can take a file as well as can take an object also. Ismul maf'ul, and they're called sifa. Not the sifa of man'ut nat, that is called nat. This is sifa, yani mushtaqat, the derived nouns. ولا يجوز استعمال المنفصل إلا عند التعذر المتصل. Now he gives a rule that you are not allowed to use munfasil, detached pronouns, except when you cannot use attached. نحو إياك نعبد. Like he is saying, ذهبت, I went. I cannot say ذهب أنا. Not allowed. You have to say ذهبت. Tu is the attached one. You cannot use detached and say, I went. ذهب أنا. No. إياك نعبد, we cannot use ka na'budu, or anta na'budu, we cannot use that because it's in place of mansub, no? So we have to use iya. Ma nasaraka illa ana. Nobody helped you except me. So you cannot, after illa, you cannot say illa ya, illa iya ya, we cannot use because nasara needs a fa'il, and fa'il is marfu, so you have to use marfu pronoun. That's why ana has been used. Okay, and that's all the rules about pronouns. Now he talks about specific pronouns like damiru sha'ni wal qissa. What is damiru sha'n? So Arabs, maybe in English also, the story is, the fact of the matter is, that's how they use, no? Like in English. Actually, kind of. So Arabs use a pronoun to grab the attention. So this is called damiru sha'n. Sha'n if it comes from masculine, and qissa if it comes from feminine. It's the same thing. So he explains, وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ لَهُمْ ضَمِيرًا غَائِبًا. And it's always غائب, third person. They have a special pronoun for غائب. تأتي بعده جملة تفسره. A sentence comes which explains it after that. So they starts with something vague. He, Hamid had come. He, the man, Hamid. Something like you get it, hypes you up. It's called damiru sha'ni fil mudhakkar, and they call it damiru sha'n means matter. And damirul qissa in muannath. I don't know why they have different names, but yeah, that's how they call it. Sha'n wal qissa. Mithlu qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say Allah is one. So we don't translate. Say he, Allah is one. Literally the sentence fi ghayril Quran, Allahu ahad. Right? That's fine. But Allah has one, damirul qissa. Here it is damirul sha'n. وَهِيَ هِنْدٌ مَلِيحَةٌ. Hind is pleasant. Here, Hindun maliha. That means that Hind, you see Hind here, she is pleasant. You use it inna also, very commonly used. Innaha Zainabu qa'imatun. Indeed, Zainab is standing. So we could say indeed, but this, why do you have to use innaha? Well, where's this ha going back to? It's not going back to anything. So why they have to say this? Because there's nothing to go back to. Qul huwallahu, I say he is Allah one and only. Who's this he? It's going to the context maybe, but that's why they said, well, they use pronouns without any marja, without anything going back, and it's called damiru sha'n wal qissa. Then we have another damirul fasl in this lesson. Yeah, that's it. Damirul fasl is the last. And then he'll explain the remaining 8 types of mabniyat, no? He'll explain in the next lesson. النوع الثاني ضمير الفصل وقد يدخل بين المبتدأ والخبر. So you have a subject and a predicate. It comes in between. ضمير الشأن, it came in the starting, right? It's always preceding. But this guy comes in between مبتدأ, subject and predicate. Why? Emphasis. ضمير مرفوع منفصل. It's always مرفوع منفصل. So you have to use هو, أنت, all these هو, هما, home types. مطابق للمبتدا, it is according to مبتدا. مبتدا is male, you'll use a male and so on. إذا كان الخبر معرفة. If the, why will you use? If the خبر is معرفة. Generally, the خبر should be nakira, right? محمد محمد ذاهب, Muhammad is going. But if it is معرفة, then the person might be confused, right? Well, is this a khabar or is this a na'at? Like Muhammadun al-ustadu. So you'll be like, Muhammad the teacher, what? Muhammad the teacher came. But I want to say Muhammad is the teacher. He's the best. He's the teacher. So we say Muhammadun huwa al-ustadu. Very commonly used. Damirul fasl. Fasl means comes in between. Aw af'al min kada. Or it could come in superlative, like comparing something. ويسمى فصلا لأنه يفصل بين المبتدأ والخبر. And it's called fasl because it comes between مبتدأ and خبر. ليرفع اشتباه الخبر بالصفة. So that it removes the confusion, اشتباه, confusion of the خبر with صفة, with نعت, منعوت, and all these things. ويفيد التأكيد, and it also indicates emphasis. نحو سمير هو القادم. So قادم is معرفة. It has no. Samir is the one who's arriving. Yeah, Samir, he is arriving. كان قاسم هو الزائر. زائرة. Qasim is the one who's visiting. He was the visitor. ومجيد هو أفضل من حامد. And Majid is the best or more virtuous than Hamid. وقال الله تعالى كنت أنت الرقيب. Kunta, we already have a ta. Why do we need anta? For the emphasis. Because our raqiba also is ma'arifa, no? Kunta raqib is not like a complete sentence. No, we need anta in between. You were the watcher over them. Kunta anta raqiba alayhim. That is about damirul fasl. Al-khulasa. الاسم المبني. What is مبني? ما لا يختلف آخره باختلاف العوامل وذلك في الموارد التالية. Which the ending does not change because of the amil of the agent. And it comes in the following situation. ما وقع غير مركب مع غيره. It comes which is not مركب. ما شابه مبني الأصل, which is similar to مبني الأصل. ما كان على أقل من less than 3 letters, make it مبني. ما تضمن معنى من معاني الحروف. What includes the meanings of حروف. وينقسم الاسم المبني إلى أقسام الثمانية الآتية. And the مبني noun 8 types. مضمرات, اسم الإشارة, he'll explain all these 8 types. موصولات, أسماء الأفعال, أسماء الأصوات, مركبات, كنايات, بعض الظروف. Today we talked about مضمرات, all of it. الضمير اسم وضع ليدل على متكلم ومخاطب وغائب تقدم ذكره. والضمير على قسمين. اسم which is used for متكلم, first person, second person, third person. الضمير المتصل هو ما لا يستعمل وحده. متصل attached, which is not used alone. الضمير المنفصل هو ما يستعمل وحده. منفصل, it is used alone. الضمير المرفوع المتصل مستتر في الموارد التالية. The مرفوع متصل is hidden in the following places, like 2 places in ماضي, 5 places in مضارع. ماضي الغائب والغائبة, المضارع متكلم والمضارع مخاطب, والغائب الغائبة, اسم الفاعل واسم المفعول, اسم الفاعل واسم المفعول. Then ضمير الشأن وضمير مذكر يقع قبل جملة. Remember قبل, before the sentence which explains it. ضمير القصة وهو ضمير مؤنث, same thing but for feminine. غائب تقع بعده جملة تفسره. A sentence comes which explains it. ضمير الفصل, it comes in between. ضمير يدخل بين المبتدأ والخبر. It comes between مبتدأ and خبر ليبين أن ما بعده خبر لا صفة. Explain that after it is خبر, not an adjective. أسئلة عرف الاسم المبني ومثل له. You can give it definition above. No, in the خلاصة you'll get all the answers. اذكر أقسام الضمير. You can see ما هو الضمير. مثل لذلك. متى لا يجوز استعمال الضمير المنفصل والدال لذلك. So when is it not allowed to use منفصل? When you can use متصل. You should not use منفصل and so on. ما هو ضمير الفصل؟ ما هو ضمير القصة؟ متى يستعمل؟ مثل لذلك. تمارين. The types of. عين أنواع الضمير في الجمل التالية. إياك. So you have to say first thing, is it attached? Is it detached? Is it madfu? Is it mansub, majrur, whatever? This is damirun munfasil. Yeah, anytime you see it's detached. Damirun munfasilun mansub. Iyaka, and this is also same thing. Hada huwa akhuka. This is damirul fasl. This is your brother. Innahu alimun bidhati sudur. Innahu, see, very commonly used. This is damir. Alim is mudakkar, so we say damirul sha'n. رأيتهم يدرسون في الصف. I saw them. ضمير متصل منسوب وفي محل نصب. إنه عالم شهير. إنه, indeed he is the. then هو عالم شهير. It's okay. This is, we could say ضمير الشان also, as well as this is ضمير متصل منسوب. خبر إن. هم أساتذة محترمون. هم, they are. This is رفع ضمير مرفوع منفصل. البنات سافرنا إلى مكة. سافرنا is the girls travel to their countries. إلى بلدهن. So this is what ضمير رفع متصل, and this is also ضمير جر because it's مضاف إليه متصل. هاتي ثلاثة جمل. You have to give sentences. Fine, you can do it. عبد الضمائر الغائب. Give إعراب. سافرت. I'll just give for the pronouns. To is ضمير رفع. We don't use rafa, we'll say سافرت. سافر في الماضي. تا فاعل في محل رفع. وعلامة رفعه ضمة ظاهرة. Yeah, like that you can do. I traveled to Basra from Basra to Baghdad. من ظن بك خيرا فصدق ظنه. Whoever thinks good of you, then believe in his thought. That means act upon it, maybe. Because ضمير مجرور في محل جر. وعلامة في محل جر مبني على الفتح. هؤلاء قوم يعلمون. هؤلاء مبتدا في محل مبني في محل رفع. وعلامة there's no علامة. مبني على كسرة. أهكذا عرشك؟ قالت كأنه هو. أهكذا عرشك? Is this your arsh? She said yes. كأنه, it looks like it is. So who is اسمه كأن, and this is the خبر of كأن. قل هو الله أحد ضمير الشأن رفع. With that, we are done. Inshallah, we have the remaining 7 types of Mabniyat. Inshallah ta'ala. And he'll speak like Asma'ul Ishara. He'll give all the rulings of pointers, demonstrated nouns. Inshallah, in the next class, 24th lesson, we'll talk about that. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.